Hey everybody, welcome to the Sharp Tongue Podcast. I'm your girl JessimaePeluso. How you doing? My voice is a little shot because I went to a Buffalo Bills game, my first NFL football game the other night, and was screaming my bloody head off. So my voice is a little gone, but here I am. My voice is gone, but I am here. This week is going to be a great episode. It's a Dr. Peluso episode on learning how to let go. We give you some tips on how to let go of various aspects of your life. And we also answer some Dr. Peluso questions. And if you guys would like to have your questions considered to be answered on the podcast, you can go ahead and submit them on my Instagram page on Sundays and Mondays, right in my Instagram story. And if you'd like to email us, you can email us at JessimaePelusoComedy@gmail.com to get your questions addressed that way. And as always, if you want to watch this episode, you can watch it on YouTube, youtube.com/JessimaePeluso. And also subscribe to our Patreon page. We're posting fun shit, patreon.com/JessimaePeluso for fun things for you. This episode was a blast. Actually, for me, I got into some really good zones, I believe. One of those zones was a psilocybin zone for sure. Mom, I had a little bit of psilocybin and answered some questions. Not your typical doctor. And I must tell you, I am not a real doctor. This is not meant to replace your medical advice. And I am in no way, shape, or form an actual doctor. I am learned from the streets. I have my PhD from the streets. So if you're here looking for actual advice from a medical professional, you should look further. But if you're here looking for life advice from a grown-ass woman who has lived through multiple lifetimes and traumas and various forms of grief, then look no further. I'm your girl. That's why we started DR.P, to give it to the people who have shitty health insurance. I'm basically your doctor for people who don't have really good health insurance. But again, please send us your questions if you have them. You can also call the pod, 513-916-0930, to leave a message. Let me know how you like the podcast as well. Leave us a rate and review. That really helps me just feel better about myself. Truly, it's all about my ego. So if you guys could go there and rub my ego a little bit, that would be much appreciated. Totes appreciated. Well, let's not delay this any longer. This episode really gets into some fun, interesting topics. One of Okay, what was that word? One of which is the cornerstone of the episode, and that is learning to let go. So I hope you guys enjoy this episode with the one, the only, the kind of stoned and definitely on psilocybin, Dr. Peluso. Sharp Tongue Podcast. Beep, 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 beep. You're listening to the Sharp Tongue Podcast. I'm your host, JessimaePeluso. It's a personal look. Well, it's not really a look because it's a podcast. I'm already fucking this up. This is kind of like a verbal comedy diary, a deep look into the crevices of my mind. It's gonna get dirty. You might cry. You probably laugh. Hopefully you'll laugh. The whole point is for you to laugh, but you also might cry. I talk about my family. I talk about farts. I talk about love, loss, comedy, how hard it is to make it in this biz. I'm a fucking professional. Each week it's something different. Sometimes I have a guest host. Sometimes it's going to be a movie companion episode. Sometimes I just ramble about the bullshit I dealt with the week before. You never know what you're going to get. It's raw, uncut, and funny. It's me. Hey everybody. What's going on? I'm back in the guest room at my sister's place. Sorry for that loud lip smack. All I've been doing since I've gotten to the East Coast is eating. So, just smacking these lips, ready for some more food. Very loud mouth. I'm in the guest room of my sister's house. And it's still, it feels very Christmassy in here because we have not taken the decorations down. If you know the story, you know the story. Quick story recap is that it's my mom's decorations from when she was alive, but she did. It's nice to be back. It's really nice to be back here. I went to a Buffalo Bills game last night. Holy hell. There are a lot of large people in colder parts of the world. Where I'm from, a lot of fluffies. A lot of fluffy motherfuckers out here. It's those East Coast winters. You got to pack on the protection. You need some padding in these parts. And big, thick men. A lot of thick men at the game. It was quite a spectacle. My first NFL game, and I'm on day 31 of 0 alcohol. The only thing I can think of is why? I mean, okay, there's a health aspect of a major one. I can't believe I did it. Part of me wants to keep on going because I'm obsessive like that. But the other part of me is like, I need a fucking glass of wine. Truthfully, I need a damn glass of wine. That's how I feel. And other than that, I don't see the fucking point. I mean, I've done edibles every day. Let's be real. I would not have been at the NFL football game without edibles. Plenty of edibles. Also, I had some shrooms this morning for sure. Had some shrooms, little microdose. Just a little bit to start your day. Open up the brain, relax the mind, make you take a step back and let things unfold instead of you trying to unfold everything. It's kind of great. And this is a Dr. Peluso episode. I don't know if those of you who are listening and not watching, I am holding my doctor's mug, my very special Ray Dunn celebrity mug from Marshall's, exclusive. You're welcome and thank you. Everyone, most women have Ray Dunn mugs in their house. If you don't have a Ray Dunn mug in your house, you're not a fucking real woman. You are not a Maxinista. You and I would not vibe. Get your life right. Seriously, get your life right. That's what I have to say to you. That's really rude to slurp in the ear, and I'm sure very, very annoying. Found my soulmate from Spokane, Tacoma. Remember did I tell you guys about the fella who came to the show in my birthday weekend, and I'm pretty sure he's my soulmate. Found him. Fucking CSI'd that shit. Found his ass on the internet. Yeah, we're texting. It's serious. I mean, it's not serious at all, but look, you have to have the right attitude in order to get what you want out of life. You can't quit. I'm too legit to quit. Hey, that's how I feel. This is a Dr. P episode. As I was saying before, I got stuck on this diatribe. We have a few questions from our fans. If you guys want to submit for Dr. P, all you got to do is go over to my Instagram story, Sundays through Mondays, and you can put your question in the Instagram story. And if you don't want to do it on Instagram or don't have Instagram, you can email us, JessimaePelusoComedy@gmail.com, and you can hit us up that way. We certainly can get your question to go on the email. I'm pulling them up right now. That's why it sounds like I am pandering. Here we go. Dr. P. Corey Flandera. How you doing, Corey? Hope you are having a great day, homie. Enjoy yourself. I'm having a fantastic day. I feel like I sound like I'm in slow motion. Has anyone ever gone to their doctor and their doctor's been on psychoactive drugs? You're not going to the right doctor. I am not a real doctor. We've said it in the intro. Just a reminder, friendly reminder, I'm not a real doctor. How am I doing today? Oh no, you said hope you're having a great day. I am. I wake up and more often than not, I am very grateful to be alive. Not that I'm ever waking up not to be grateful alive, but we all have rough days. But you guys don't want to fucking hear about that. Who gives a shit? Nobody wants to hear about your fucking rough day. Kazad cow. More feet pics? No, you don't get this stuff for free. I don't understand people who just expect things for free. More feet pics? What foot pic? What feet pic did you get? I don't hand those out. So I don't know where your reservoir of foot photos are, but It's not me, buddy. It ain't me, babe. No, it ain't me. But if you send me money, you know, look, Rome wasn't built in a day. And that has nothing to do with this. I say it to say that crazier things have happened. So send me some money. Venmo me, Jessimae Peluso. Venmo me what you think my feet pics are worth, and we'll go from there. Because chances are you're way off. But maybe I'm wrong. That could be a total projection. DJ Extremist 86. Any UK tours? B class to watch you live and meet you. I don't know if that's like a UK term, B class to watch you live and meet you. Thank you. I appreciate that. No UK tours planned right now. Doesn't mean there won't be some in the future. I was going to do Edinburgh Festival, but COVID changed everything and changed the way people tour for a while. So I will maybe next year after my book gets finished, I'll probably go on quite a fun tour. So, you know, stay tuned. Jessimae.com for ticket info. All my tickets usually go up on my website. Sean McCarthy, 37266. How you doing, doctor? Miss the Weeds Day. I know. Please let me know about Bong and movie. Well, movie and Bong, too. It's not MAB. It's BAM. Bong and movie. Yeah, we were going to do a Halloween Bong and movie. I'm going to actually put it up just after Halloween because in my mind, Halloween horror movies are it's always the season for horror movies. So BAM will be up this week. You can watch that on my YouTube page, and you can watch the video for this podcast on my YouTube page as well. What? We're just letting you know where you can find me. I got to stop. You guys just fucking find me on your own, okay? You know where it is. You know where to find me. Digging for Worms Girl. I feel like you've sent me messages before. Want to microdose, don't have a connection, what to do? Girl, I don't know how to help you there. Okay, because I can't be your psilocybin liaison. That's not even a job that's legal right now. So you got to find your connection. Why don't you just figure out how to grow some? You know, you've got to create your own path in life. What are you trying to go after? Speaking of creating your own path in life, my sister's, what are you? Her dog, she's, come here. Come say hi. It's Chesney. Let's see if you can see her. See her cute face. She's I was going to say a Labradoodle, you know, a white person dog. she's just a creation of what people think are perfection. Well, it is kind of nice because she doesn't shed at all. You come over my house and it looks like you're growing hair from all over your body, from just all different types of hair, from my dog's hair being attached to you. So I kind of get the appeal of having a dog like this. So as far as getting psilocybin where you are, getting a connection, you got to ask your locals, you know, you'd be surprised. There's probably a lot of people that are microdosing or enjoying it and don't talk about it like it's some shameful thing. It's really interesting how call them drugs, whatever you want. Who gives a fuck? Medicines, they are medicinal. It's funny how certain medicines have become demonized and totally misconstrued by society. But it is great that we are unfolding the stigmas as we progress and more trials are run and all of that. And we're seeing the positive effects with psilocybin. So I'm pumped to see it happen. It's an interesting time to be alive. You know, it's almost like the 60s with the drugs and even the 80s. I wasn't alive during then, but just that what was going on in society and the evolution of it all is just, it's interesting. I think we're in a very, you know, we got to see the green rush with marijuana, and now we're seeing in the legalization of marijuana, and now we're starting to see that with psilocybin. It's interesting because these are medicines that are actually proven now to be beneficial in someone's life and to have positive effects physiologically, anatomically, you know, biologically. It's interesting to see it unfold. So that's my thoughts on all that. Texas Nate. I'm going to just guess that TX is Texas Nate, you know, because why are we trying to do anything else with it? Texas Nate says, what's the most significant amount of mushroom you've taken at once and outcome? Maybe right now. Probably should have read the chocolate paper a little bit better. No, on my birthday weekend, has it been a month already? Wow. My birthday weekend was probably the most significant and the most, like, not just taking mushrooms once, but taking them for multiple days in a row. And the outcome unfolds. It's not like the outcome from enjoying or taking mushrooms is immediate. It's a very interesting experience. The outcome unfolds for a while because it actually does affect you neurologically. You know, it's actually making changes, chemical changes in your brain. So it is a noticeable difference in something that can actually be quantified. So the effects of it aren't just this immediate thing. Sometimes it is. It's different for everybody. It's a very personal experience. For me, the outcome and the most significant outcome has been more letting go. As cliche as it is something that people, come on, Chess, I need to let go of this dog because she won't leave me alone. Go. Okay, she needs love. Hold on. And she just looked at me so sad. Come here. Come in my lap. Come on. Let me sit down. Let me talk about mushrooms. Okay, calm down. Letting go is something that people say a lot, but it is something that more of us need to learn how to do better. We need to learn how to let go better. We need to learn how to let go more, and we need to learn what we need to let go of. And most of what we need to let go of are parts of ourselves that don't serve us any longer. Most of what we need to let go of are the entangled parts of us that have held us back from going deeper in relationships and deeper with our interconnection to people and our interconnectivity within society and all of that. I think we really need to learn to let go of so much within us. And it's really amazing that this thing that happens when you start to let go, my sister's dog is right in my face. What are you doing? What are you doing? My sister's dog is so sweet. You have to learn to let go. You got to let go of a lot, so much. There's so many different ways to let go. And that's probably one of the biggest takeaways I had on my birthday weekend was to really find moments where I can do that more, breathe and just take a breath and create some more space in my life. It's when we start unpacking our external world, it can also have an impact on our internal world. So much of us we have to unpack from the inside, but also when you unpack externally, and I'm referring to like decluttering, even the simple act of decluttering can help you let go. There is something to be said about, the things we hear about, like geniuses' desks, like Einstein's desk was a mess and he was a genius. But there's also something to be said about clarity in your mind in association with clarity in your environment. And for me, at least, I know clearing out my environment has also helped me along the process of clearing out my mind and therefore letting go. So ironically enough, even though we need to let go from within, sometimes letting go of things on Let Go, the app, the Resell app, helps you let go of things inside. It creates space. It's what it's all about. I think letting go is all about creating space, and we need to learn to let go more so we can experience the truly magical experience of calm, having a little bit of calm in our lives. And look, I know everyone is going through different strife and horrible struggle. There's so much of that in the world, but a lot of those people are getting through it, and it's not a great, beautiful, or lovely experience, but people are getting through shit every damn day. So I think, for me, I've been through my own personal warfare and trauma. For me, what's helped me let go has been decluttering my life in general. And all of this is coming off of the conversation about the benefits of psilocybin and where in my life have I seen changes and significant effects of embarking on this whole soul journey that I've been on ever since losing both of my parents. But it has been really interesting to see the decluttering of my external world, helping me declutter my internal world and chaos. And that is something that I've worked on for a while, but to actually see the benefit of when you start to just clear out your closet, and then just like that, there's a little bit of space in your psyche as well. There's a little bit more room in your mind. And when you start to unravel these sort of traumatic shackles we have in our mind and in our memory and in our internal conversation, when we start to unravel these, we create more space for creativity, love, and gratitude. If you allow that into that space, it's really a magical fucking thing. And you start to be able to be there for more people. You can show up for more people. You're creating room for yourself. And when you create room for yourself, for me, I want to share that. I want to share that love and share that gratitude with people that I feel connected to and feel a good vibe off of. And, I haven't been able, the thing that's helped me learn to let go more has been psilocybin, truly from a microdosing level. It really has been life-changing for me. And my birthday weekend, I think because we did so many shrooms, it was like a very pivotal moment in my evolution. So often, I don't know if you guys ever been like lost in thought. For me, it's usually in the car when I'm taking a shower, washing my butthole with too much soap, probably. I don't think you're supposed to use that much soap. But when you're doing these sort of automatic second nature type things, you start to think and your mind sort of, opens up. And I always wondered, like, would I have healed as much as I healed now had it not been for psilocybin? And I don't think so. I really don't. And I'm sure I would have healed in some other way because that's the type of person I am. But I'm so grateful that I was able to find some sort of beneficial and consistent therapy for myself. And like that woman, I'm joking about the woman or person who can't get the connection. They want me to be their fun girl. What was your name? Digging for worms. You should dig deeper. You probably find some shrooms. You're already in the dirt, bitch. You're halfway there. You might as well grow some. If your name is digging for worms. Bitch, it sounds like you should have some. It sounds like you are the dealer in the area. It's just created so much space for me. And I feel bad for people who can't get access to it. But if you can, trust and believe. The process is real and it is revolutionary. That's what I'll say. Tom6981 had the biggest crush since I found you on that tattoo show. Sorry, no question. All right, well, you just telling me you got a crush. Cool. Thanks, Tom. I don't date dudes off the internet, but I appreciate you. Oh, look at this. Whatever, Kalia. Up in the questions. Pull you up. Pull you up. Kalia fell in love with Pull You Up, Washington. She also was pissed that George Washington was all over the place. She did not like George Washington on the highway signs. Loved Pull You Up, hated George Washington. There's probably some truth to that, to why she hates George Washington. I'm not mad at her. Let her live her life. Diagog Gold Joel Soul. Wow. I don't know what I just said. Your name looks like somebody says going over a bumpy road in a car. Diago Joel Soul. Hoswell. He asks, grower or shower? I'm assuming you're asking me if I like growers or showers, because I am not a grower or shower. I don't have a dick. And I'm not saying I'm against ever getting one. Now that I know that I can, I fucking love an accessory. I just don't know if I'll ever get one. Maybe when I'm 80, it would be nice just kind of whip it around in the produce department, sexually assault men. Who's going to arrest an 80-year-old with her dick out near the kumquats? Probably everybody. By that time, everyone's going to be arrested. If you breathe in the wrong direction, it's going to be an arrest. Grower or shower? I guess a grower, because I don't want other bitches knowing. Back up off the dick print. You know? Why you up in my dick print? Because it's a shower. Can't date a shower. Everyone's going to want to bite. Got to date a grower. That's someone who will stay married to you forever. I'm definitely dating a grower all the way. You know, I got to keep it for myself. These people can't know. These people can't know what I'm riding on. They just can't. It's not right. It's mine. Back up. Please see yourself out, and you're not getting a second plate. That's it. But dudes know what they're doing. Dudes know what they're doing when they got tight pants on stage. Jeff Leach, my friend Jeff Leach, always wears tight pants. Everyone can see it. We all see it. We know what you're doing. You're a spoken for man. You're soon to be a married man. How dare you? You know, I don't want a shower. You take that. It's a lot of work. I want a dude who is surprised every time himself. I want a dude who's surprised every time himself. Like, oh, whoa, there it is. Look at me go. That's what I want. I want a fellow who doesn't even know what he's got. That's someone who will never leave you. Someone who's grateful for his own dick? Absolutely. I'll sign on the dotted line. I'll even sign a prenup for that. That would make me sign a prenup. So, gotta go grower. Joliol. Let's see, what else do we have here? The Captain America. Greatest song from the 90s. See, you gotta go genre, though. I can't even think. You know, you ought to know. You know, you ought to know is probably up in it. I don't know if that's 90s, though. I don't have enough of like a, you know, Dangerous Minds, Beautiful Mind brain to recall the dates and the years of songs and releases. But I'm going to have to say Real Love is probably one of the greatest songs ever by Mary J. Blige. And I do believe that was in the 90s. Let's see. Mary J. Blige, Real Love. No, they don't want to say the year, of course. Why would they have that right fucking available? What do you think I'm looking at? There's so much more that could have been on, information, but I want it to be what I need. 1992, see? Real Love, great song. I can't even think. What You Ought to Know is, I think, in the 90s, right? You Ought to Know. Here we go. See, this is why I got to look at this shit before so I can have some shit prepared. You Ought to Know year. That's got to be the 90s. Let's see, guys. What do we got? It is 95. Great fucking music. Of course, female songs about being in love and then when you fuck us over after love. All those songs. But you guys have the same type of shit too. It's all about women arguing about men and men arguing about women and everyone arguing about each other. So whatever songs those are in the 90s are my fucking favorite. But is there Hip Hop Hooray? Was that 90s? I think every fucking song in the 90s was great. Because it was everything that came out in the 90s you could roller skate to. That's why it was so amazing. And that's right. You Ought to Know was about Dave Coulier. You guys remember that shit? Dave Coulier describes the moment he realized Alanis Morissette's You Ought to Know was about him. The Full Star had nothing but nice things to say about the Jagged Little Pill. He's opened up about when he realized he was the subject of this song. They dated between 92 and 94, broke up around the time Morissette was writing that album. Coulier first acknowledged similarities between the song's content and his relationship to Morissette at 97. You know he knew. Dave, cut it out. Cut it out, buddy. You know you knew it was about you. come on. You were sitting on that shit. You were just waiting for it to cool off. You were waiting for it to cool off because it was too embarrassing. We all knew what happened in your relationship. The love that you made. Did you think it was fade? Well, we gotta do the freaking lyrics. Hold on. Cause the love that you made in the bed that was made, and I'm not gonna make it up for you to open wide. And you know, every time I scratch my nails on someone else's back, I hope you feel it. And she was pissed, Dave. What the fuck did you do? He acknowledged it on my friend's show. Jim Norton and Sam Roberts, the actors, acknowledged that he might be the subject of the song. Discussing the first time he heard it, he said, I'm driving in Detroit and I got the radio on and I hear the hook for You Oughta Know. And I'm like, wow, this is a really cool hook. And then I started hearing the voice. I'm like, wow, the girl can sing. And then I was listening to the lyrics going, no, I can't be this guy. Can you imagine? Because Taylor Swift's got a whole graveyard of dudes that she's singing about. Can you imagine driving down the highway and you're like listening and you're like, God, that sounds so familiar. Wait, I did that to somebody. Oh, fuck. That's so beautiful. This is why you have to talk about people you date in your art, because it makes for amazing fodder. I'll never not talk about guys I date on stage. I won't say your name. Even the person that I had to get a restraining order. You should get a restraining order. That would probably keep them away more than anything. Strong fart cloud around you to protect you. Not even the guy that I got a restraining order on. So, this is some real shit. He referenced the track and he said it was a nod. Oh, there's a reference. She said, your shake is like a fish in some other song. And he said the way he and Morissette would do this dead fish handshake. Oh, see, it's all through the album. He said, I started listening and I thought, oh, I think I may really have hurt this woman. Oh, my God. Even taking responsibility for like the motivation behind the song is kind of douchey. Oh, I think I might have really hurt this woman. Like, you didn't know. You making yourself sound like a nice guy. What did you do? I don't trust the nice guy act. Come on my podcast because I don't trust it. I need to know what your vices are. And if everything Alana's saying about was true, we should get him on here. We should get Dave Coulier on the pod and clear up this cloud. Clear up this You Oughta Know cloud. He and Morissette would later reconnect, and according to the actor, she could never have been sweeter. Of course he's going to say that. You think he wants a follow-up? He's not going to talk shit about Alanis Morissette now that he knows that she's tossing it in songs willy-nilly? Come on now. He ought to know. She's like, you ought to know, and now he knows. That's why he's not talking any shit after that. Come on now. Sherman, 5465. Does Dr. P think we need a flu vaccine or just double up on the tortas we eat? Double down, double up. You gotta, to gear up for flu season, you gotta take care of your gut. You gotta take care of your gut. You gotta get some good bacteria. Honestly, there's a lot of conversation about probiotics and prebiotics are what feed the good bacteria in your gut, in your gut flora. Probiotics are actually the bacteria itself. So it's different according to, the little research I've done. That's what I understand it to be. And to gear up for flu season, you have to make your immune system strong. And what can you do to make your immune system strong? You got to get your gut healthy. You got to get your sleep right. You got to cut your sugars. You can have some sex. That can count as exercise. You got to get some daylight. You got to get that vitamin D. Get the vitamin D in the sheets. Get the vitamin D in the streets. You just got to beef up that immune system. And slamming some tortas, I think, would help for sure. Absolutely. Especially if we're talking about the Wahoo Ono Baja burrito from Baja Fresh. You bet your fucking bottom dollar, brother. It's classic food right there. From the meats in the streets to my sheets, that's a delicious sandwich. A burrito. Can we call a burrito a sandwich? Oh, I'm so done with the labels. See, this is why we got to stop labeling everything. It's too frustrating. I mean, I guess food does need a label, but I think it's a sandwich. I think a taco's a sandwich as well. Because someone was like, my friend Chris was like, no, a taco is a taco. I'm like, yeah, taco's a sandwich. It's a Mexican fucking sandwich. Right? Like tonight I'm going to have a meatball sandwich. It's a sandwich. Okay? And a torta is a sandwich as well as a taco. What is it? Is it a plate? Is a taco a dish? It's not a fucking dish. It's not an entree. Do you need to eat it with your hands? That's a sandwich. Okay? It's a sandwich if you got to eat it with your hands. Don't come at me on this subject because it's a real room divider and I'm not going to put up with it. Whatever lunacy you're going to bring into it, not going to fucking put up with it. Okay? Let's do one more question, guys. We're going to keep this one short and sweet this week. Inamaya G. Oh, what up, girl? Inamay G. Inamay G. You've asked a couple questions, some good questions. I know you've been through some stuff yourself. Why won't the guy I'm seeing make a move? What the fuck? LOL. Girl. We got to go into it. Okay. There's one of two probable reasons and plausible reasons why he's not making a move. One, he's scared. I don't want to say he's a pussy. I'm sick of using that. Like it's a phrase, so I'll say it. He's a pussy. Your one reason is that he's a pussy. Why he hasn't made a move. And the only other reason in my mind is that he doesn't like you that way. And it sucks to hear that, but we need to fucking hear that. And it doesn't mean that you are not worthy. It doesn't mean that you don't deserve someone better. It doesn't mean any of that. It just means he does not like you. You ever see that movie or read that book? He's just not that into you, bitch. He's just not that into you. You know when a man likes you. It's so simple. And I will add like one side reason why, but it's still under the umbrella of number one. He's scared, but a real man wouldn't be scared. A real man's not scared to take something he wants. And I don't mean it in that way. It's a phrase again. It's a fucking phrase. Don't read too much into it. He's not afraid to make a move. He's not afraid to, let you know that he likes you. So if he's not making a move, and there's also men now who are afraid to make moves because they don't want to be canceled. There's a whole spectrum of all this shit that's going on that is making dating nearly fucking impossible. So it definitely involves a conversation because we're not it's not normal anymore. The dating world's not normal. This is a time when there are men who are doing terrible things, and that's starting to stop because, they don't realize that you can screenshot Snapchat. There's things going on that are causing women to, have to act a certain way because men are doing terrible things. But also men are afraid to make moves because of that. And, there's the online dating that's making it weird because we don't even know how to flirt anymore. And we're listening to what everyone's saying. And we're not understanding what someone's true behavior and intentions are because we're just reading text. We're not feeling them out. We're not smelling them. We're not touching them. We're not getting all those nonverbal cues. So it's fucking up the natural process of how we even mate or pre-mate, if you will, when it comes to flirting and all of that. There's so much happening here. So, it's not as simple as it used to be. I'm coming out being like it's one of two reasons. Bitch, is about 147 reasons why he doesn't want to make a move. But I still strongly believe that if a man likes you, you will know. You will know. And it's a difficult time right now. It's a difficult time because men who already send mixed signals send even more mixed signals because literally that's all we're sending are just these signals on these devices, and we're calling it communication. This is not communication. This is a fucking broadcast. Okay. This is broadcast communication. I'm talking about real biological communication, that nonverbal communication. There's so much data being absorbed and messages being sent without our involvement at all, with just a biological involuntary movement that's happening between two bodies. We're taking that away. Maybe we deserve to be turned into robots. Maybe we deserve to evolve into AIs. We're already sort of taking away the layer of the human aspect of intermingling. And we're starting our relationships in this very computed landscape. And we wonder why we don't have real connections. The irony about computers is they can't connect, and we're acting like we're computers. You know, we can't connect on a human level. We can only connect on a computed level. We're just sending data. We're just sending, numbers and letters to each other. It's as somebody who grew up in an analog era and can see the difference, it's interesting. And I have had trouble with it. I've struggled with this type of dating, because you do so much communicating on a device and then you get in person, or you never get in person because everyone's finding their peace, or at least adapting themselves to find a benefit and a connection from this form of communication. But they don't even need what traditionally we've really needed, which is physical proximity to another human being. Or, we're just, it just feels like we have adjusted how we're connecting with one another, and it's affecting the way relationships evolve and their longevity. So, for me, I don't know how the fuck I got on this subject, but, it's just the dating thing is dire. It's very dire in these streets. That's what I'll say. Dating has become dire, but hey, you got to keep moving. You have to keep trying new things and challenging yourself and building a skill and learning something new and putting yourself in an uncomfortable scenario. 'Cause then hopefully it'll all fucking work itself out, But, girl, I gotta tell you, the guy, he's probably just not that into you. But if you like him enough, make a move and have a conversation. Like, what the fuck? What's going on? Try to maintain your feminism though, and your femininity, not feminism. Try to approach him with some femininity with the subject, allow him to sort of melt into the conversation. You don't want to come at him like he's done something, not like how I am. I'm over here yelling at you as to why he's not making a move, because I'm trying to give your answer some truth behind it, your response rather. But if you like him enough, be like, hey, what's going on? Am I misreading this situation? Am I misunderstanding what this connection is? Are you gay? Are you not into me? Do you just want to be friends? Like, what is it? Let's figure this out. Did I misread this entire situation? Did I misinterpret everything? Do you just want to be my friend, my bestie? Are you my new gay bestie? Are you my man? Are you just a guy and he wants to have a girl wingman? Like, what the fuck is it? Just talk to him real. Maybe he really does like you and wants to hide the sausage. It could be a guy who's scared to make a move because he doesn't want to fucking get canceled. We have to acknowledge that's a real scenario for some men out there. I'm not defending them. I'm not saying it's a right approach. I'm only saying, hey, there's some dudes out there who are scared to toss their sausage down the hallway because they want people to scream. They want people screaming about it. So, girl, if you think he might be worth it, just ask him. Ask him what's up. Ask him why he's so shy. Why are you shy? I'm going to keep it short this week, guys. I'm here with my family, and it's Halloween. Happy Halloween. Well, not for you. Well, wait, is it? Yeah, it's the day after Halloween. I've made it 31 days without alcohol. How the fuck did I do that? 31 days without alcohol. Fuck. I feel like I should have a drink tonight, but it's still in October and I'm trying to get to November. Now it's November for you. But last night, I'm gonna hold out. I'll let you know how it goes next week. I'll let you know. I'm really trying to wait until I get my brain scanned with Dr. Amin, and that's November 15th. We'll be filming that, so you guys will be able to check that out. I think that I'm going to hold out until I get my brain scan for sure. I think I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait for that. I want to see, I want to have a big, I want to hold out as long as I can, but it's fucking terrible. I will say that it is awful. It is not delightful, and it's torturous. This is alcohol abuse, truly. This is absolute alcohol abuse. But I did it, and I feel like I do feel different. It's interesting to see the evolution of your behavior, but I do feel proud of myself. It's something that's been difficult because it's my industry, but I'm excited. I'm excited to see like where I go with it, what my relationship with it becomes, I hope you guys got some helpful and useful information out of this week's Dr. Peluso episode. If you want to send some questions. Oh wait, we have a couple questions here. Someone sent me one in an email, and I don't think we addressed it yet. Let's see. Well, it was a DM, but she told me not to say her name. She said, do you ever look back and think, what a waste of time? I think about past relationships, experiences, and wondering what I was thinking. Do you do the same? I don't think we've talked about this on the podcast, and I apologize if we have, but I still think it has to do with sort of what we have talked about this on this episode, and what we discovered from these questions and everything is letting go, and how to learn to let go of more. And I think we forget that we also have to let go of our hold on the past. We have to let go of things that are keeping us depressed. Usually when we're depressed, it's because we're looking in the past and we're hanging on to something that happened in the past, and that past becomes our current existence. That past becomes our current truth. And that's one of the reasons why I don't look back and think a waste of time. I've let it go for what it was for me. I've let that moment in my life serve me, and then I released it. And I don't think anything's a waste of time. We're doing what we're doing, and we can either learn to be grateful for whatever we learned from that experience. Like we said before, people are here for a season, a reason, and there's a lesson, and that becomes hopefully our blessing. Blessing. Said it like I was from the South, y'all. True Jessimae. That's your blessing, sweetheart. But I think anything that's occurred in my past, I've either, I've learned from it. I've kept myself open to be a student of even how I move in life. We make these mistakes, and you can either view them as something that's going to hold you back and you allow it to define you, or you learn from it and allow it to be the experience that helped you grow. So I don't think a waste of time. I find where I changed and where I could have showed up better. And hopefully I learned to let go of people who don't serve me anymore. And hopefully I learned to let go of behaviors that don't serve me anymore. And I think we can all do that for ourselves. Learn to let go of something. This is an important aspect of growth for ourselves, is learning to let go. And I think if you guys try to let go of something small, something you've been holding on to, see if it creates a little space for yourself. See if it makes a difference in your thoughts, and maybe even just the way that you move throughout the day. Let go of something small, something that is almost insignificant. Because sometimes when we let go of these even more insignificant things, we experience more significant experiences in our life because we have some space to. So maybe it's not so much about holding on to the significance of something, but learning to let go of the insignificant things that are holding us back. I hope that made sense, because I said significant and insignificant a lot. I feel like it canceled itself out a couple times. But I hope you guys can learn to let go of something small, and it creates a lot of space for you this week. And thank you so much for listening. I love you guys.